The conference championships are set, and we have to break down all the divisional round action. Let's start off with the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the first time that Patrick Mahomes has to travel outside of Arrowhead for a playoff game. And this time it's the most hostile environment that you can think of, at least because this fan base in Bills Mafia, they're wild. They love their quarterback in Josh Allen, and they just want to prove to the entire world that their guy is just as good as the guy in red. However, just like any other circumstance that we've seen between the Bills and Chiefs when they play in the playoffs, that the Bills come up short. In their previous two matchups, both at Arrowhead, the Chiefs just had that extra gear. And what I was worried about for the Bills is just, one, their injuries, and also that they haven't been able to prove that they can get it done in close moments that the Chiefs have done. The Chiefs have been this team. They've been there. They've done that. This is their sixth consecutive AFC Championship appearance that they'll be making next week. All of those that come in Arrowhead, I mean, they have so many players that have been there. Andy Reid is one of the best head coaches of all time. Patrick Mahomes is ascending into GOAT status. It's just so hard when those little nuances and those situations that you've been there so many times, they come into these situations. And the Chiefs, yet again, made more plays than the Bills did. This matchup feels like Brady, Manning, and in that early part of that rivalry, it was all Brady. It took up until their first matchup where they went to Indianapolis, where Peyton Manning finally beat Tom Brady in a playoff game. But when you fast forward to what we have now, Patrick Mahomes has been able to take it to the road as well. We thought maybe it's just because he's playing at Arrowhead. Nope, not the case at all. And in so many cases, it feels also like this could be LeBron's Cavs against the Toronto Raptors of the late 2010s. Remember that so many times those two teams went head to head, and with the exception of that one Eastern Conference Finals in 2016, LeBron and the Cavs swept the Toronto Raptors. Every time that they would go up against these LeBron James-led Cavaliers, no matter how good those Raptors teams were, they would fall short. It was just a simple choke job. And this probably was the first time the Bills had a better team. They had a better offense, balanced attack, and their defense was just as good as the Kansas City Chiefs. And the fact that we've talked about this all year long, the Chiefs' outside guys haven't been able to step up to the plate. But the fact is that they still have Patrick Mahomes. He had a few extra plays, and let's break down some key instances where I think the Bills really messed up on. The first one, in the fourth quarter, when you have that lead and the defense is, I wouldn't say unraveling, but they just gave way to the ground game in Isaiah Pacheco. That ground game just wears on you, it leans on you, and allowed the go-ahead score. You decide to go with the fake punt, and it's on 4th and 5, and that's deep in your territory. If this is at midfield and it was a 4th and 3 situation, I would be far more comfortable with doing this fake punt. But the fact that it's inside your own 35 and you're running with Damar Hamlin, so many things could go awry. 5 yards is a lot of ground to cover. The fact is that that came up short, and they were very nearly put on the brink of elimination. If they go down and score, this game is over and the Chiefs cruise to a victory. But following that, we got this controversial play yet again. That a play goes out the back of the end zone, and that's where we'll talk about it a little bit later, but that did momentarily save the Bills. You're going down the field, you have a chance yet again to get a tie or go ahead and take the lead, and the Bills are doing everything right, milking clock, and you have the ball inside the Bills, and you have the ball inside the Chiefs 25-yard line with under 2 minutes to go. Unfortunately, you try to go for it all, and this is where Josh Allen gets a little bit greedy. He has this massive arm, and there are some times where he can fit balls into tight pockets or he can launch it deep. We saw that with the Stephon Diggs bomb that he dropped, another miscue by the Bills, and he's just trying to hit Shakir when he has Diggs on that drag route. This didn't go the way he needed to. Third down, again, just nothing there. Stops the clock both times. And I feel like, if anything, you just need a high percentage short pass. You got 2nd and 9, get a 5-yard pass, make it 3rd and 4, 3rd and medium, you have something to work with. And then also Josh, it's probably better that he maybe just goes down at the line of scrimmage, just bleed out more clock, and then that sets up everything that we know. Tyler Bass's missed kick wide right, the two most traumatizing words in Bills Mafia, wide right. He's channeling his Scott Norwood. I mean, immediately these fans are in heartbreak. I feel for Bills Mafia. I mean, you think you have it, at least a chance to get into overtime. I mean, there's still a decent amount of time, and that's Patrick Mahomes, but this was your best shot.